And also with the rebasing as an example, if someone's spending cap gets reduced to say $5,000 due to the rebasing, what if the person needs a new service and goes over the $5,000? What happens to the person then?
Well, again, if the service need is a result of a significant life change, then the cost plan can be amended in excess of that. But that it basically would be, it would need to be accompanied by some kind of documented change in that person's life situation.
Depends on the circumstances.
Yes, yes. So depending on the circumstances, it could happen.
And are people only allowed to request new services at their yearly support plan meeting, or can they request new services anytime?
Well, again, if there is a significant life change, you can request a change in service anytime.
A severe life change is what you mean?
Well, a significant type of life change.
Now, the QSI, or questionnaire for situational information, is currently being done for everyone on the waiver and also those on the waiting list. What is APD going to use the results of the QSI for? If someone scores a 1 or someone scores a 5, is that going to make a difference to their services or tiers down the road?
Well, a couple of things with the QSI. The QSI, if the legislature ultimately approves a plan to transition our system to individual buckets, the QSI results will be part of an algorithm that will determine what that individual budget is. We've done some preliminary analysis, and we are able to construct some very strongly predictive models based on 3 scored elements of the QSI, plus where a person lives, plus their age, plus their primary diagnosis. So it will become a very key ingredient, a key part of the mix of factors that get taken into account in establishing that individual budget. Also, for people on the wait list, there was a law change that the law changed, and it's not to be implemented until 2010, that goes in and places people into one of 7 priority categories for the wait list. The QSI will give us a lot of the information we need in order to determine which of those categories a wait list person would fall into. It has, of course, those are 2 future uses. On a more immediate basis, we are going to begin to train support coordinators on how to use the QSI in their regular support planning process. So in that respect, we use just like the old ICG assessment was used just in the regular support plan process. But I would say the primary thing with the QSI is it is definitely going to help us transition into future ways of financing and delivering services.
Now, can you explain the CDC Plus program, Consumer Directed Care Plus, and how APD is planning to expand the program?
Okay. Well, Consumer Directed Care Plus is probably the most self-directed option that a state can offer to an individual. Basically, you take your cost plan under today's system. You take your cost plan, and if you're willing to take an 8% discount, and we have an available slot, you can enroll into CDC, and your benefit, in essence, gets cashed out. It is the term that we use around here. So in essence, we deposit that money into an account, and then you as the consumer, you manage that account. You're not bound by what your cost plan calls for. You're not bound by your support plan. You have a bit of a wider array of available service options. You can hire whoever you want, whether they are part of the Medicaid network or whether they're not. You can even hire people as your own employee, and that's a big part of the service that we provide is we actually do the income tax withholding. We in essence provide the bookkeeping service and the bill paying service for these people. But it becomes, in essence, an account. Now, of course, for the consumer and the family, it gives them the maximum amount of flexibility, and there's been a great deal of satisfaction with those people who have gone into this program. However, it may not be for everyone, because all of that flexibility, all of that freedom comes with added responsibility. You have to make a phone call to us every month to call in your employees' timesheets. If you don't, your employees don't get paid. So we have to make sure that the families or the consumer is willing and able to accept that responsibility prior to enrolling someone into that plan. We are going to, in terms of this expansion, we are going to be sending out a letter shortly, which will in essence begin what I'll call an open enrollment process. If more than 2,500 people enroll, as you recall, the law limits us to 2,500. If more than 2,500 want to enroll, we will go to a random selection process. And then those families will be trained. They'll be required to demonstrate proficiency, and then they'll be enrolled and they'll be off and running.
And these people that are already, these are people that are already getting services, the 2,500 that'll have the chance to enroll into the CDC Plus.
Right, they are enrolled now in the traditional program. Now, the one good thing is that because of that 8% discount that these individuals voluntarily agreed to in exchange for the flexibility, the legislature authorized us to take any savings that result and enroll people off the wait list. And I've set as a goal of mine to try to at least get the children who are in foster care, it's about 270 or so kids, to at least take care of that part of the wait list. And under the old law and under the new law, those foster care kids are our second tier priority, right after the crisis people. And we'll continue to enroll crisis people based on the attrition.